Hello, everyone. I'm Everton de Oliveira, the Professor Agua from the Groundwater Project. And as you know, we have many books for free in our website, books about groundwater, high quality books that anyone can download for free. No catch, just go and get it. On top of that, we have lots of people, not only authors that produce the book voluntarily, but we have volunteers to translate the book into their mother tongue, because that enhances the reach, and that's what we want for people to know groundwater to make the world a better place. And today I have a pleasure to bring to you LALIT Sharma. He's also a volunteer to our project. LALIT is a civil engineer from the HR Inter College in Gango, has a master's from the India Institute of Technology in Delhi, and he is now the director of adaptive technologies at the Seagull Foundation in Gurgaon, India. Welcome. Thank you very much for your nice work, for your volunteer work. It was very kind of you. The Groundwater Project is, really acknowledge work from people like you. Please tell us a little bit about yourself, your career, and about your organization.
Thank you, Everton. Great opportunity talking to your viewers. And basically, by training, I'm a civil engineer. Initially, I started working in construction industry, and I spent about 22 years in construction industry. At the time, this Sahagal Foundation was being registered, I had an opportunity to volunteer my services for this organization. So almost for 2 years, I worked with this organization as a volunteer, and this was my first exposure to the development sector. Before that, I did not have any exposure to development sector. And my job as a volunteer was to start water management program in this organization.
Oh, good.
So it started with a very simple 1 or 2 interventions in 1 or 2 villages. And I used to give 1 to 2 days a week to this organization.
Okay.
And the kind of success I found and the kind of smile people had on their face welcoming me, having a water in their village, that was tremendous to me. And in fact, that made me to join this sector. And then I joined this foundation as a full-time employee. So now in this organization, I'm about 20-year-old. And since beginning, I'm working on water management from 1999, when Dr. Suri Sehgal, who promoted this organization. Since then, I'm working with this foundation. This foundation, in fact, Dr. Suri Sehgal, who is promoter of this organization, is a renowned agriculture scientist. He owned agriculture seed business in India and few more countries. In 99, he decided to sell off his business, and then he decided to establish this foundation with a thinking that he accumulated wealth from poor farmers. Because India is a country of small poor farmers. So he wanted that this surplus wealth should go back to the farmers in such a way that it brings a change in their life. So with that mandate or vision, we all are working in this SM Sehgal Foundation. In the water management program, we are working on groundwater augmentation
Okay.
and sensitization and awareness building of the communities is the integral part of this program. Then we are also working on recycling and safe disposal of domestic wastewater, particularly grey water. Then safe drinking water, because India is having tremendous issue with the quality of water in terms of fluoride and arsenic,
Yeah.
and microbial contamination is also rampant. So the groundwater quality is also an issue. So we are also working on safe drinking water site. And most of the time we are promoting nature-based or sustainable solutions for water treatment at point of use,
That's
means at the household level. So
that's very
these are
nice.
the broad areas we are working
Very good. And how many people? You have a number of the reach of your organization, please?
on. Okay. So this organization started working in year 2000 with 4 villages, and now we are in almost 2000 villages
Wow.
across 11 states of India.
Wow.
Total employee strength, we have over 300.
Wow, that's good. That's very good. That's a very noble, and I really like when you said that the smile on people's face drove your work. This is, nothing pay this satisfaction, right? That is very good. I agree with you. I totally agree with you.
In fact, let me tell you a small story. Uh, in fact, for about 2 months, I was going to small villages, poor people, meeting them and working for them. One day, in fact, there was a water scarce village. Basically, it was a saline groundwater village, and there we somehow arranged a source of water.
Mm.
And that day, uh, uh, people were very happy, and I was there late evening. So I thought now I will meet people again. So next or 2 days after I went to that village, a old lady came to me. She is a Muslim lady, and she says, "Now in my prayers I remembers you, and I pray to God to bless you because you have arranged water that made my life easy." So that kind of thing really keep you going in this direction.
Definitely, definitely. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. That's this is such a great feeling when you're doing good to people and knowing that your work is important. That's so nice. Congratulations for a job well
Thank
done.
you.
That is very good, very good. So why then having a groundwater book for children in India then? Why is that important?
Uh, if you look at the demography and water situation of India, India house 16 to 17% of the world population.
Yeah.
And it has got only 4% of world water resource. So if you look at the statistics, this is really situation is pretty bad. We
Yeah.
are having very low water resource. On top of it, most of water demand in India is on the groundwater.
Yeah.
And because of that, our groundwater is under tremendous pressure. Aquifers are depleting. On the other side, if we look at the water management situation in India, we are able to harvest only 8% of rains overall. So as a result, aquifers are depleting very fast. There are many areas which are uh, exploiting water more than what they get from rain or what is being recharged. And over it, most of the people are indifferent of the situation because, first of all, many of the people are not aware that this is the situation. And even if people are aware, they think as an individual, what can I do? So there is a tremendous need of sensitization and awareness building.
I agree.
And when I saw this book first time, I thought if we start working with the school children, it can bring a change. Because in my 20 years of experience in development sector, I found that children are the best messenger, and they can ask even mom and dad, you are doing wrong.
Yeah.
And with that thinking, I thought if this book is translated in Hindi, Indian language, and if it reaches to masses, certainly it will bring some sensitization to the people who are indifferent. So, with that thinking, I requested you to get this translated in Hindi and circulate in India.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. You have very nice stories. We've been following as hydrogeologists. We've been following the situation in India. We have interviewed a bit some Indian people working with groundwater, and they gave us some ideas. One of the ideas we had, and we had an interview with him, I think it was 2 years ago, and we're trying to work with him. He's a photographer and a video producer, and he has some very nice stories on YouTube. That's how we found him, right? His name is Arjun, and he told the story about the small farmers, that commit suicide because of groundwater depletion, and they don't have water, they cannot pay their debts. And that was so touching. So we have so many stories. And like myself, I'm trying to follow the situation in India, but it's a huge country. You have heterogeneities all over the places. It's not easy to, it's not an easy task that you have ahead of you, right? But it's a place where we in the world have a lot to learn, because you are having some problems before we have, or at least at the same time. So you have experience, and this experience, it's so important because it's like educational, awareness for people, and also solving problems, from small problems to big problems. So we like really to get closer to India. So would you have any suggestions for or how the groundwater project could focus more on India, please?
In fact, India needs to improve its water management. And when I say water management, it is not only making the water available, means the supply side of water, but it has to work on the demand side also. How much water we are consuming, how much we are withdrawing from the ground. So both side has to be balanced. And if it is not done, then the depletion of aquifers will be continued. Supply side to augment the availability recharging groundwater need to be scaled up. Of course, there are many efforts are being made and a lot of work is going on. But the issue is because the problem is has become so big now, it has to be scaled. Otherwise, we are almost going to the situation when repair will be impossible. Another option could be we are facing every year flood also. So diverting the flood water would be another option. Then use of grey water or wastewater, that could be another option. So
Yes.
these are few things which we can do uh, to manage the supply side. And if we look at the demand side, sensitization and awareness building of masses is the first step I think we should be working on.
I agree.
Because the situation is so bad now, everyone has to contribute. Otherwise, whatever we do will not work. Because if everybody is sensitized, then certainly they will take care and they will contribute to the demand side. On the other hand, agriculture is the largest water consumer in India. There we need efficient irrigation systems. We are still following flood irrigation most of the time. Of course, micro irrigation systems are coming up, but the pace we are adopting is very slow. So we need to work on that. Then crop diversification is also required. We should select the crops depending upon the availability of water. So that could be another option. If you look at the domestic water demand side, then maybe dual plumbing system could be a good water saving system where we use treated grey water for flushing and other gardening and irrigation of local parks and all. So these are the few areas I think can help a lot.
I agree totally with you. And for groundwater, we have to devise ways for water recharge, you know, to replenish the aquifers on a large scale. That's not easy because it depends.
Yes.
It depends on how you say awareness of the people, because when you have this awareness, politicians force big industries and big producers to do something, right? Otherwise, nothing happens. That's our main goal. We have to change the mindset so we can make things happen. It's a big task, and you're doing a great job from your side. Congratulations. See if we can use your knowledge and your know-how to improve groundwater use and water use in general all over the world. Thank you very much. Thank you. So please make your final considerations, and congratulations again for a job well done.
So finally, I would say making water everybody's business. It should be the first thing we should be considering. And because it is going to take time, it is going to take a lot of resources. And I think to take this at a fast pace, if the literature like this WALLY and DEANNA's groundwater adventure, if we can circulate it among the school children, I think the task can be completed at much better pace than what it is being done.
Very good. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure having you here, and it's an example for other people to take their lives in a good way. Thank you very much, Lali. Thank you.